Good morning and welcome to today's pre-market report. Now in today's pre-market report, we'll be taking a look at two things. One is the US dollar Indian rupee and second is the Nifty. Since the Nifty has its option expiry today, I'll take a look at my intraday trading plan as an option buyer plus as an option seller while sharing the key price levels as I usually do. Now usually I would cover the news right now, but I'm not going to bother doing so as I think today is going to be rather results driven day rather than news driven. Unless it's a global earth shattering news like a war has been solved or something, that's only what will affect our markets. Otherwise, three stocks I think will be deciding today: Reliance, Infosys and Axis Bank. In fact, if you're trading today's trading session of a Nifty expiry, keep the Nifty expiry chart open and a chart of Reliance, Infosys and Axis, and that will give you a lot of cues of what the Nifty is going to do in terms of day trading. So that is my suggestion. I will be naturally also day trading all three stocks as I think today we will get some juicy trades in both. In fact, this past week has been quite good in day trading them also. Now let's pop over to the Indian rupee directly. Now the Indian rupee has been losing value like crazy, and we can see from the chart, basically the US dollar has strengthened and it has had a parabolic move from literally, if we look at the start, it was started basically in October last year, and from then it has just been up and up. But now the big question, has the parabolic move reached its climax? For that, I'm going to take a look at the 1 hour chart rather than the daily chart. Why I'm doing so is, if you're trading it, I think this right now will give you a better picture than what the daily chart is going to give you. Now, how I'm looking at it, there's a key support at 86.25, which is already doing its job as it has managed to stop the fall. Now, according to me, as long as it's between 86.25 and 86.8, this is a no man's land. Like we have sometimes index trading, this is a land in which you're going to get two-way moves, you're not going to get a clean move, and this is, according to me, the best land for intraday traders, as you'll get decent up moves and drops. But if the Indian rupee basically cracks 86.25, the USDINR breaks below 86.25, then the rise will finally basically come to a culmination, and I have one target of 86.08 and 85.97. If by chance all that breaks, then 85.64 opens. I will correct that, as it is basically showing a typo. I've corrected that. Now it is 5.64. But according to me, if this breaks, the maximum it can fall to is 85.97 and 86.08. It cannot go beyond that. On the other hand, by chance it breaks its resistance at 86.8, then it's going to 87.016. So my trading plan, as I said, between 86.25 and 86.8, you can trade July moves. You're going to get up and down. This is perfect for intraday trading. However, if it breaks 86.25, then you've got a basically clear directional trade that can be even done in daily, as you'll basically have target 1 86.08 and target 2 85.97. That's how I'm looking at the Indian rupee. So those who are trading the forex section, this will be beneficial to you, and this will also affect how the Nifty, BANKNIFTY and Sensex performs, and generally the big stocks. So that is why I have covered the USDINR today, as also the American data has come out, which might now end the rally in the US dollar, as the US dollar has been rallying from against all currencies, and I do not mean that it's going to have a drop. It's going to go into a box range against most currencies, and let's say, if it, as I said, if it breaks 86.2, it will go down here and then form just another box range here. That's how I look at it. We'll get a directional move and then a box range. So that is that. Now we'll take a look at the Nifty index. Now in today's Nifty chart, you'll see there's a plethora of levels. There are 5 levels above, 5 levels below. Why? Because of how the Nifty is poised right now. Because once it basically chooses one of the directions, then it will be having a rather clean move on that side. Now personally, how have I traded the Nifty? me and my clients basically ended up selling PE cells when the basically fall ended, and we have benefited largely because the Nifty rose. And in fact, we don't only hold PE cells in the Nifty, we hold them in the Bank Nifty and Mid-Cap Nifty. And if we look at the PE cells premium, we've basically sold next week's expiry, not this week. We sold Jan 23rd and Jan 30th expiry. Let's say for the Nifty, and for the Bank Nifty and Mid-Cap Nifty is only monthly, so Jan 30th. And we've eaten about 60% of the premium in roughly two trading sessions. Yes. So very good move which has come, 40 to 60%, 40% if we look at the monthly 30th Jan, and 60% if we look at the 23rd Jan for Nifty, for example. So now the premium meeting has been good, and we have kept it with a tight profit stop, as I expect us to end up eating at least 90% of the premium by end of this week. And then I'll be cashing out of all the option sales with them, as I don't want to hold for the remaining 10% until the expiry next week or the expiry at the end of the month, and we'll enter new option sales. But now for today's intraday trading plan, according to me, as long as the Nifty is between 23,200 and 23,400, it's going to be range bound. And these are the levels I have not updated them today specifically. Many clients have used them for 1-2 days, and they've worked perfectly. Now, so what should you do if you're an option buyer, option seller? Now, according to me, how the US markets have opened positive, as I record this video the night before, if they stay positive like that, then we might open at around 23,400. If we break that, then we are having a rise to 23,480. And if you break that, then 23,600 to 650 is a very, very important resistance zone. And you can see I've emboldened 23,600 and 23,400 as those are very key levels on the upside. And if Nifty comes back above 23,600, then from being bearish, as it's still in the bear's grip technically, it will have gone to being neutral. I'm looking at it in terms of a longer time frame. No, I'm not looking at intraday. I'm looking, let's say, at the daily time frame there. So above 23,600, even though it will be below such a key moving average, the 200, it will still have come back into neutral, and there will be a fighting chance given to the bulls. If we break that, then 23,720 opens. On the other hand, if we break the support at 23,200 at any point of the day, then 23,120 is the next target, and 23,020 is the next target, and 23,940, and so on. On the downside, key levels which I see, number 1, number 2, and number 3. Technically, all are key levels due to the fact that the index is right now at a very crucial point on the downside. On the upside, there are certain key levels, but on the downside, I would put all as key levels. But those are the more, I would say, levels that have more meat in the longer time frames. So what's my option buying trading plan? As I said, between 23,400 and 23,200, expect dual moves. So do not basically try to trade a single direction. Above 23,400, you can trade a directional trade. For 23,480 is a target, and 23,600 and above. Below 23,200, you can trade another directional trade via option buys. Now, what's my option selling trading plan? Now, due to how the index is looking to open because of how basically the US market is performing, I'm not going to jump into option sells immediately. This is as like I shared option sales being in position we hold. I did not enter for this expiry, as I did not trust this expiry that much. So I will take the same cautious approach in option selling today. So I will end up selling both calls and puts. I will end up selling P's below 23,200, and if we break 23,400, then I will not enter call sells first. I will let it basically rise to one of these resistance levels and then sell call sells basically above that point. Most likely, how I look at it, I will end up most likely selling call sells of 23,600 to 23,650 and above. Because if we break this, then I think we'll be going here pretty easily, and I can then sell, once we reach this point, I can sell call sells above that. But 23,200 and below will be easy PA sells to sell, and I will keep a profit stop immediately once they go into profit due to any sudden moves. However, if I see we are not able to break in the first 15 to 30 minutes 23,400 and 23,200, then I will basically keep the same approach, but P cells enter early, but call cells enter in the latter part of the day. So technically it is very similar for however it opens. P cells first and C cells later depending on the levels. So that's my trading plan for today. It's not that clear for the Nifty due to it being completely range bound. If you look at it, it's been range bound this whole week, and the news which is coming out, as I said, is heavily going to be on Reliance, Infosys and Axis Bank's results, and that news will be affecting us severely. So that's it for today's Nifty option expiry. If you liked the video, then hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and also click the notification bell. Thank you.